Hi, welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities. Amy Lynn here in the studio. Chris McIntosh out and about today. What a great way to end the week, Chris. Something brand new in downtown Johnson City, and I know Fred has been so excited about the opening of this new museum.
Absolutely. This museum has been open since this past October here at the Johnson City Railroad Experience. And once again, I have Dr. Fred Alsop with me, and I have Carson Sailor with me as well. And Carson, we're kind of in, Fred and I started the show out there kind of in your gift area and the entranceway. This is the first set of exhibits that folks meet as they come into the building here.
Absolutely, and we intentionally chose the name Experience as opposed to Johnson City Railroad Museum because we want people to come in and understand that this is not a stuffy place with things hung on walls that you're not allowed to touch. We want you to fully experience the railroad heritage of the area, and so right off the bat you might say, well, I have no idea about Johnson City or trains in the area, and we start off with a seven-minute orientation film put together by our friends at ETSU Digital Media. So that is a great crash course in the multiple railroads that started here and ran through here. And then as you work your way through the exhibit hall, we have a place right here where you are able to drive.
Let's you and I slide over there real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is where you get to drive the train.
Absolutely. This is our locomotive simulator sponsored by our friends over at Ballad Health. And we have two different experiences you can do in here. You can drive a diesel locomotive, or you can drive a steam locomotive. And of course, for the little ones, they want to blow the horn, they want to blow the whistle, and it certainly has all the literal bells and whistles. So
let's slide over here and let Brooke, our photographer, come over here and kind of show you. You get to sit down in the chair there, and you actually get to experience driving a locomotive.
Absolutely. We've got these really great simulator controllers where you get to apply the brakes and throw the reverser level and choose your throttle notch and turn on the lights. And it's just a really great immersive experience, and we can set it up for little ones or where it's super easy to run, or if you want the full realism experience, we can turn on all of the different dynamic stuff that makes it a lot more complicated.
All right, and let's take a look right here behind us. So Fred, talk to us about this setup right here. This is actually Knoxville, Tennessee.
It is Knoxville, Tennessee. That's about as far west as we reach to a sister city that's 100 miles away. It's an in-scale layout, and it's been with us for maybe 18 or 19 years now. It was built by a gentleman in Knoxville, and he was in bad health, and before he passed away, he told his wife, put this in a museum somewhere, don't give it to a private collector, because I want my kids and grandkids to see what I did. And she waited 2 years before finding us when we were still at ETSU, and here it is. We've got Knoxville. That's the first thing you see when you come in the gallery.
And of course, Carson, when you look over here on the walls and you look around this, it is part museum because there are lots of things that are historic, items that we may never see again connected with the railroad.
Absolutely. We have two primary traditional, if you will, museum exhibits up right now, one of which is our rotating display cabinet. So we've got things on Pullman's Porters, we have things on the Clinchfield Railroad right now, as well as working on the railroad, but probably the crown jewel of our historic collection right now was donated by Michael Hardin, and that is the Hardin Family East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad Gallery over here.
Let's head over there and check it out. It's right over here in the corner, and as you can see, there's all kinds of exhibits right here. You want folks to be immersed in the history of the railroad situation and what happened with the railroads here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely, and so we've set up this display like you're stepping into an office on this side of the exhibit for the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad. So we have desks that came out of the engine house. We have desks that came out of the station in Elizabethton. We have the Elizabethton ticket cabinet here, as well as all the different ways you would have had to communicate throughout the entirety of the run of the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad. So you start with telegraph and eventually you end with modern radios that are sitting in the case over there.
Well, let's slide on back here in the back. And Fred, the Tweetsy Railroad, a lot of folks are enamored. When we're in Tweetsy country here.
We are in Tweetsy country. All of this came from Tweetsy. One thing I wanted to point out, Chris.
Right here.
Did you know the steam locomotives had tires?
No, that's a tire for a locomotive.
It is a tire. So instead of replacing the whole wheel, you actually replace the outer part of it, called a tire, by heating it up, getting it really hot, sliding it on the wheel that was there, and letting it cool. So you could change tires less expensively than trying to change a whole wheel on a locomotive.
Now back here, you've got a project underway right here. It's kind of a blank slate right now. But tell us more about this. I'm going to get Brooke over here, kind of show. This is going to be a huge Tweetsie display when it comes available.
Yeah, let's kind of walk around on this side where you can see this peninsula will be Johnson City. And we actually have a plan for all of this. This is a working model for what we're going to have. And you see two colors, the green around part of it, but some that's blank.
Right.
The green is all new. So Johnson City will be here where we're holding this, a little more over there by Elk Park. And what we have in white's what we already had, which covered 1,300 square feet. Wow. So we're going to be much bigger than we were.
All right, folks, we've got so much more to show you here at the Johnson City Railroad Experience. You're going to be able to come in soon and be able to take a trip on a model train from Johnson City all the way to Elk Park, North Carolina. We got more to show you. Stick with us. We're going to have so much fun this morning right here at the Johnson City Railroad Experience.